Check 2, 1, 2. Check 2, 1, 2. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside St. John Vianney High School. Tonight, it's one of the best rivalries this conference has to offer. DeSmet and Vianney meeting for the second time this season, and the first one still stings if you're wearing maroon and white, but in this case, black tonight on the road. Back in the Coaches vs. Cancer Championship, Vianney handed DeSmet an 18-point loss, and to this point, that remains the Spartans' only blemish on the year. You don't need to ask what's on DeSmet's mind tonight, but for Vianney, they still feel underappreciated for what they've put together so far. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew Rogers alongside Landon Berkey. Landon, when you look at this matchup, and you're the team that lost just once all season, and it comes against the team across from you tonight, how much does that fuel a group coming into a conference road environment like this?
For DeSmet, it's a game of revenge. They're going to come out and try to do everything in their willpower to come up and say that loss was just a slip-up and prove that they are the top dogs in the MCC. Which the court and crowd were neutral in the last time these teams faced off in Maryville. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit different and difficult, especially for the DeSmet, because they're not on their home court. They're in the Griffin's Nest tonight. And it's going to be much harder with this Vianney's ruthless crowd and to top it off the rivalry game to prove that they are the better team and force another loss under the other team's record. But don't take DeSmet for granted. They know how to push through tough games and finish strong.
And this DeSmet team is very talented, led by Will Folk and Jordan Boyd, two guards that just like to attack the basket. You'll hear number 3 and number 4's name all night long. As for Vianney, they've got their full 5 starters back and healthy. It's Ben Karsten, it's Omar Long, Brock Long, Chase Duke, and Mamadou Berry. What a showing on a Tuesday night here in MCC play. DeSmet wearing their all blacks with white lettering, some maroon trim. As for Vianney, they're wearing their typical home sets, the white jerseys with the black numbers and the gold trim. And a big story coming into this one is the return of Omar Long, number 14, a sophomore guard that's been battling injury this year.
It's been back and forth between the last 2 seasons. Last season he was out with a leg injury. This season he was out with the ankle injury for 4 games. Now he's back, ready to play some ball and put some damage in this DeSmet team.
And he is a huge addition back on the floor. If for anything else, just a decoy, somebody that can be a spot-up shooter that DeSmet has to worry about around the perimeter. So whether he gets the ball a lot tonight or whether they limit his minutes, Omar Long is back and joining his team, and set to take the tip is the 7-foot-tall center Mamadou Berry against Braden Butler, who probably just would like to run back on defense.
I mean, you can't really do much in this situation if you're Braden Butler. You know, you're probably about 6'5", 6'6" against 7 foot with a huge wingspan. All you got to do is just try to get the ball to his team.
And he did not even try to make the jump, and Chase Duke starts the offense for the Griffins on the right side, and Omar Long, he takes the first shot of the basketball game, and here comes DeSmet in transition. Good hands by the senior, Ben Karsten, to knock it out of bounds, but DeSmet will set up shop here in the front court.
Ben Karsten is one of the guys that's going to be on the court all night long unless he's in foul trouble. He's one of their top shooters and their top leaders on this team, being a captain.
And setting up the offense, Ian Thomas, handling the ball on the left side. Backs in his defender, kicks out. Boyd pulls up right inside the lines. Rebounded by Omar. Here come the Griffins in transition. Long back out to Duke. He had a big game during the rotating 8 finale. 32 points for big number 25. And Karsten is called for a 5-second violation.
You don't see those very often, especially in high school with these two teams going at it. It's going to be a game of defense. It's going to be a game of free throws and offense. Everything you got, just push at this team and pray come back on top.
Still scoreless here, just about a minute into the basketball game. Boyd working the offense. Little handoff action to Thomas. Up and good with the left hand.
It's not very often you see a guy score against Mamadou Berry. He usually is getting up for those blocks. He had the block record the other night. He had set a school record with 12 blocks. He's going to get some blocks today, and there's going to be some big moments for him.
And Mamadou Berry was a threat to DeSmet in that first meeting. It helps when you have a 7-foot-tall center to take away a team that likes to drive to the rack. Here's Duke. Back up top, Brock Long. And left side, Mamadou Berry, one dribble. And he goes down low. Karsten one-on-one, dishes low, and that one's taken away by Ridge Jans. And Ridge gets the ball inside now, one-on-one. Good feed over to the left block. Boyd couldn't finish, but is fouled down low. Instead, this is going against DeSmet. So what looked like a foul on Vianney there on the board, it goes against Jordan Boyd.
Definitely an odd occurrence to see an offensive foul down low, especially at the paint. And Mamadou goes up for the
huge slam by Mamadou Berry. What an alley-oop to kick off the scoring for the Griffins.
Mamadou Berry is one of those guys to get that crowd hype. He will go up for that dunk any chance he get. They're going to feed it to him all night long. I have a feeling he's knocking the first dunk we're going to see all night long.
The Vianney student section involved now. Thomas. Cross court, Boyd, 3-ball. Boarded by Karsten. Omar Long has it knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Griffins. Brock Long will set up the inbound on the Griffins' eye, and it goes back out. Karsten, left wing 3, good!
Ben Karsten's one of their main shooters. The DeSmet's goal is going to stop him and Omar Long from taking those deep three-point shots like he just made. he's going to be a threat to the DeSmet's defense.
And here is the three-point shooter, Braden Butler, who responds with a tray of his own. Duke now steps through contact, is fouled. Call is on the floor, and the ball will go to the baseline. So a tightly contested matchup here at Vianney, 2 minutes in. Correction, 3 minutes in. And another 5-second violation on the Griffins here in the offensive side.
DeSmet's defense is locked down on Vianney. They're not letting them get any chances to put the ball in bounds or, in fact, pass the ball in general.
Ian Thomas to walk the ball past the timeline. Dribble handoffs around the perimeter, but staying close to up top. Now Boyd, far corner, three, in and out, boarded by Barry. And this is what both teams like to do, push the ball in transition, although Brock Long slows it up. Duke now driving with the right hand. He goes all the way to the hoop. It's good for two.
Chase Duke's one of those guys, when he sees that open lane, he's going to take it all day long. He doesn't care if he's going to get a foul or even hurt. He will take that.
Chase Duke averaging just over 17 points a game for the Griffins this season. Boyd drives with the right hand, but he walks first.
And the Vianney crowd letting him hear it.
And Vianney still struggling to get the ball inbounds. Thomas with the takeaway. Here's Boyd inside, contact, a blocking foul, and 2 free throws coming for the Spartans.
It looked to be Omar Long, he was trying to get planted, but he just couldn't get down in time. And he barely got that foul off. Really lucky for the DeSmet defense there. Close call, he just couldn't get his foot down in time.
Taking the first free throws of the basketball game, Jordan Boyd, an 85% free throw shooter. And he makes those look easy. Silky smooth going through. One more for the senior. And we're tied up at 7. Brock Long on the logo, over to his brother Omar, who is tied up with Ian Thomas over on the far side. Foul goes against DeSmet. It's only his first and the team's third personal.
It's going to be a heavily defensive physical game tonight. Both of these guys having big guys, having big shooters. They're going to need to play lockdown, play tough and physical just to make sure they don't get that shot off.
And Will Folk in transition after the DeSmet steal, and the Spartans lead by 2. DeSmet really good about getting you out of rhythm. Plays that tight press man defense, whether it's picked up at the half court or in the full court. They put the pressure on.
They just try to slow down that offense. They really want to get that ball, try to waste as much time, and get that ball back as soon as possible for DeSmet so they can get those shots off.
Omar Long, no look pass inside to Brock, up and good with the left. What a nice play by the brothers. Thomas, now Boyd. He slows up. Thomas at the free throw line, spins inside, blocked by Barry.
And there's number 1 on the night. It's not going to be the first one you'll see. It's not going to be the last.
Karsten driving, kick out, Duke for 3. Good! Talk about a momentum booster. And Chase Duke gives Vianney the lead.
Duke's just an all-around shooter. He's going to take any shot he gets, especially in this game where every shot counts with this team.
Boyd to respond off the mark. And Chase Duke comes back with it. Brock Long, right at the elbow. Off the mark. And DeSmet boards it. It's Will Falk. Thomas now in the far corner. He sets it back up, finds Boyd down low, through contact and finish.
They're going to try to push their 7-foot center around all night long. It's going to be one of their big goals, get into his head so he can't do anything.
Barry goes up for a shot that is blocked by Ridge Janes, and he comes back with it, coast to coast, can't finish. And look at both of these teams run back and forth, back and forth. Karsten, long three, good! That one from the volleyball stripe.
Definitely not an easy shot to hit. But if you're Ben Karsten, he makes it look easy. He looks like it's something he turns on and off, and right now, he has to go in full pump.
15-11 Vianney, a minute 36 remaining here in the first quarter. Butler pulls it back out. One of the best guards on this team, Will Falk, and he is the beneficiary of a foul from Omar Long. And the first set of substitutions coming into the game for both teams. Long will check out. That's Omar Long. Checking in, Jay Sulzer. Junior guard, played in 16 games already this season. And for DeSmet, you have Christian Ronkin. And up top, Nick Harper. Two of those DeSmet Spartans that come off the bench very early for this team. Boyd has no man picking him up and goes through contact again. And DeSmet pleading for a foul. Couldn't get one there. Jordan Boyd doing everything he possibly can to finish through the biggest man on the floor.
It's going to be a bloodbath on the boards for DeSmet. Vianney's going to try to block everything possible, especially when it's that close. To the hoop, they want to make sure nothing goes in. As Coach Wall said, he wants nothing in the paint.
And that's a good response if you're a fan of DeSmet. A three-pointer from Jordan Boyd, but guess who comes right back with it? Ben Karsten, the best three-point shooter on this Vianney team. He's taken 123s this season. And it looks like DeSmet will set up for one final shot. 18-16, 20 on the game clock. Vianney with a 2-point lead. Boyd getting the play from his head coach. And now he will start. He will just drive himself, kick out. Thomas, wide open three, in and out. Barry with the board. The clock goes to 0, and that is how the first quarter will end. What a game this is already. 18-16 in favor of Vianney. We will take a short break, but when we come back, we have the second quarter for you here on GTV. And welcome back to St. John Vianney High School for this MCC matchup between DeSmet and Vianney. 18-16, the Griffins hold a first quarter lead as we head into the second. And as we look at the three keys to success for the Griffins coming into this one, Coach Walsh had 3 big points that helped branch off of that championship game in the finale. Landon, why don't you give them to us?
The 3 keys to success. The first one, take care of the ball and take great shots. He doesn't want those unnecessary throw-up shots. that probably will not go in. Just like the quick, easy shots. He wants those like relaxed, not forced, but it's their shots. He wants to make sure they can go in. The second, keep the ball out of the scoring zone. No penalties, no cuts. He wants to limit the amount of shots in the paint and keep them forced on the outside and finish possession in both ends. He wants to make sure the Vianney offensive defense is working as efficiently and as clean as possible to limit the amount of points.
And I'm sure number 3 was something to talk about during the first quarter bench session, where Vianney was caught with 2 5-second violations and some turnovers. Ben Karsten, a 3 that was contested hard by Nick Harper. He'll go to the line for 3 shots.
DeSmet clearly not liking that call. Their student section has showed up trying to fight back with Vianney's, but it's not going to be much of a battle here.
What you missed coming out, too, Jordan Boyd got the scoring started for DeSmet. A 3-pointer, and we've already seen a number of lead changes in this game as Karsten puts the first one through. And the second will roll off the front of the rim. One more free throw to come. I'll tell you what, if we go back to the 3 keys to success for Coach Walsh, taking care of the ball might not be perfect, but getting great shots has been. And that is what's keeping Vianney right in this one as we're tied at 19 apiece. Ian Thomas over to Boyd. He's feeling confident and looks at 2. Holds up 3 fingers as that one goes through. DeSmet up 3.
Brock Long taking that quick short route down the court just to get that, see if he can get an open shot or not, but nothing was there. DeSmet's defense is just locked down at this point.
Karsten, no look inside. Barry loses the handle. In transition, Falk with the left and good. That is what DeSmet likes to do, get a steal and go in transition and attack the rim. They're up 5 now. Let's see if Brock Long can slow down his offense. Sulzer on the right wing. All 5 players for Vianney now around the perimeter. Karsten. He's been the hot hand for the Griffins, but it's Long on the near side as he no looks inside. Barry up and good with the right. And that is what the point guard does. Brock Long averaging 5 assists. He has his first.
Vianney's going to try to keep pushing that paint for the offense. Keep trying to get those shots inside the paint. Give it to Mamadou Barry. Put him up. He's got a pretty short shot for how long his arms are, so he can put it up pretty efficiently and pretty quickly.
Falk driving and gets it taken away as Matt Reeves went diving to the deck. He took some contact. Will Falk will pick up his foul. His first foul of the game, and we have some fresh faces back on the floor, but familiar ones as Vianney is back out with their starters and checking out Christian Ronkin and checking back in, or rather for the first time, Bobby Dolan. 21-24, 5:13 to play in the half. Long out to Karsten. Tips into the hands of Duke. He makes a man miss and goes through contact, but a perfect set charge for Jordan Boyd, who got over onto the block and was able to grab positioning before Duke got there.
Definitely a close call there. I don't think Duke saw that. And he looked, if he did, just a little too slow on that, and they both went crashing to the floor. One could describe it as Superman.
Maybe so. Dolan hands it off to Boyd. And we have an off-ball whistle. It's going to be a foul on Ian Thomas, who was setting a screen for Braden Butler. And Thomas will check out now. And in for the first time, we have August Wims. So here comes Brock Long. Driving baseline, kicks out over to Karsten. He goes inside to Barry, back out Omar Long. Pumps a three, now drives baseline, and Duke has an open three. And Duke hits it. Finding the perfect shot.
Chase Duke, listen to Coach Walsh says, finding that great shot, finding that open shot. He was wide open, he took that shot. An absolute beautiful shot.
I'll tell you what, Chase Duke, he measures in as a forward, but he can really shoot the three. And DeSmet comes right back with it. Bobby Dolan from downtown. Omar Long fires as a response. The long rebound taken away by Butler. And it's stolen by Long. Brock Long picks up his dribble. Karsten, open three. Top of the key, good. And we are shooting out here at Vianney.
A game of 3 points. Majority of the points have been shooting from the three-point line. Not many down-low passes been thrown up from their big defense, from Vianney's big defense, including Mamadou Barry. Kind of hard to get those shots off anyways. And DeSmet's lockdown defense in the paint. A lot of 3 points been shot, and a lot of successful 3 points, a lot of good shots. Looks like DeSmet's also taking K. Walsh's advice with taking those good shots.
It is 27-all with 3:41 to play in the half. Jordan Boyd, not known entirely for shooting the three, but when he's been given the open look, he's been taking advantage. He leads the team with 15 points. And that leads all scorers. Ben Karsten right behind with 13 for Vianney. Here come the Spartans. Falk, top of the key, will reset. Finds Boyd, another three. And that tip-in could not go. Braden Butler got up there.
He really tried to get that alley-oop or just put that putback in. Just a little short, roll off his fingertips, and it just dribbles out of the basket.
Vianney basketball, Omar Long will be the point man. He gets through a couple of defenders, goes up with the left, too strong off the glass. And Jordan Boyd comes back with it, but will slow it down. Neither team getting the look they want. Good scouting reports done by both coaches to prepare for this game. A three from the far corner from Butler is off the mark, but DeSmet gets a second chance with Boyd, and he converts.
Boyd has been the only one so far that can get past the wingspan of Mamadou Barry.
And Chase Duke called for a travel. It did look like he left his right foot on the ground. I understand what the official was seeing there, though, as he wanted to dish it off to Mamadou Barry and was kind of caught in no man's land. Turnover for Duke, and now DeSmet and Boyd again. Barry goes down with his arms. Boyd goes through the contact and hits the bucket. And one.
You can see why Boyd's such a powerhouse of a player. He knows how to push through that contact. He can shoot anywhere, give him the ball, and he can make it. He just knows how to put that ball in the basket, either through contact, wide open, or just pushing that lane.
Jordan Boyd hunting his shot tonight. He already has 20 here in the first half. 32-27 the score. DeSmet in the lead. Motion offense from Vianney. Backdoor screen. Duke going up. Could not hit. And a foul is called. Duke to the free throw line. Chase Duke, a 73% free throw shooter. Some DeSmet students trying to throw him off his game. You'd love to see that student section travel for this one.
It's always awesome to see the away team student section come out and try to compete with the team, not their home court, and facing off against the other crowd. It's always fun to watch.
Duke for one more, and he knocks them both down. 2 minutes and 13 seconds remain here in the first half of play. Falk past the timeline. Slowing everything down, but Karsten applies pressure. Falk gets by, nice dish down low on the bounce. But a travel called by the top end official. DeSmet not a fan of that one. And rightfully so, because that was a beauty of a pass. Now Duke inside, he traveled himself.
Ball don't lie.
Jay Sulzer back into the game for Chase Duke. Just doing a little bit too much there.
Trying to overcomplicate some things. Vianney just got slowed down. They're doing really quick and fast offense, which is they're known for. But they got slowed down a little bit because they're getting over themselves.
Will Falk dishes, near side three, Wims. He hits, and it's 35-29. And Vianney loses the basketball, but it stays with the Griffins. Omar Long to inbound here on the sideline. Good play by Brock Long there, a one-handed grab. And now Brock gets it again for three. Too strong, and a foul called on Omar Long. Wims with great positioning there on the box out.
Definitely not the foul you want, especially this early into the game with his third foul, as he will get subbed out to prevent him from getting into more and deeper foul trouble.
Matt Reeves comes back in, an interesting look for the remainder of the quarter. No Mamadou Berry here on defense for the Griffins now, so a much smaller look as Vianney D's up. Falk drives in hard. That one blocked away by Long, but guess who's there? Jordan Boyd. Who else? He has 22.
He can really push that ball through that paint. He does really well inside that paint, trying to put that ball, playing the boards. And he does it really efficiently and really well.
Nice turnaround jumper there from Brock Long, the junior. And DeSmet will look to kill 25 seconds now as Matt Reeves presses up on a guard that likely is going D1. Falk drives all the way in. Nice baby scoop with the right. 8 seconds now. Duke far side driving in. Sulzer back to Karsten. He's going to have to pull. Long three and way off the mark.
Definitely not. Go ahead.
Take it. Go ahead, Landon.
Definitely not the score Vianney wants to see at the moment or at the half in general. It's a close game for sure. It's really physical, really shot-heavy game. Vianney's got to start limiting those mistakes they've been making with the travels, the offensive fouls, the defensive fouls, and DeSmet just capitalizing on them.
39-31 Spartans here on the road, but as we know, anything can happen in the second half of play. Both of these teams, in both of their losses this season, had a rough second half, and it led to Vianney taking the first of this matchup. We will also take a short break here at the half. When we come back, we will break down our thoughts right at the start of the third here on GTV. Back for the second half here at St. John Vianney High School. DeSmet up 39-31 over the home squad. Welcome back into the broadcast here on GTV. Andrew Rogers, Landon Berkey, your thoughts on the first 16 minutes?
It's been a very physical and very high-scoring game. A lot of the shots have been outside the arc, so the defense keeping them out of the paint, doing really well. A very defensive-heavy game. Trying to force those mistakes and capitalize on them. DeSmet doing the better job from the score. Been able to drive the paint and get past the 7-foot center, Mamadou Berry. For Vianney, they're really rushing the ball up the court. They're trying to get those quick, easy shots off, not doing what Coach Walsh is wanting, of having those great shots instead of the good shots. He wants those shots to know they can make or have a high chance of making. But there's still a second half to go. We still got a lot more time to go, and we're going to see how it goes here.
A lot of basketball still to be played as both teams will draw up their final works themselves before we get this third quarter started. The leading scorers on both sides. We will start with the road team. The senior Jordan Boyd has had a phenomenal night so far. Over 20 points. I think 22 is what he ended with in the first half. And the senior guard on the other side, Ben Karsten, has been finding his way with this Spartans defense. He leads the Griffins group with 13. But don't think Chase Duke doesn't have something to say about that. He has 10 himself. More of a spread scoring look for the Griffins and a one-player domination right now for the Spartans, which is probably a bad thing if you're Vianney in this case, because DeSmet can score in a variety of different ways. Their top scorer, Will Falk, hasn't really gotten involved yet either. So if you take away Boyd, what does that mean you're giving up? Maybe Will Falk is a big second half.
Well, we'll see. But I'm expecting a lot more points out of these two teams, and it's going to be a fun second half to watch.
Vianney gets the basketball first. Possession arrow in their favor. Ben Karsten to inbounds at half court. And here we go, the start of the second half. Mamadou Berry hands it off to Omar Long. Picked up his dribble. Finds Brock Long on the right wing. Chase Duke now driving baseline. He's bumped, kick out, Karsten three, and that is how the Griffins get it started.
Definitely a good way to start second half to get that momentum going. They really know how to start off strong. They just need to learn to finish strong.
The best way to do it is by getting the ball to your top three-point scorer. What a nice behind-the-back pass from Thomas there. Man, that would have been pretty if he could have pulled it off. Instead, it's a turnover. And Mamadou Berry went up for the alley-oop and got blessed with a tip-in.
That was definitely a lot of luck there from Mamadou Berry. He went up just a little short of the ball. He manages to get that finger on it and just lays it perfectly into the net.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky and good. In this case, he was lucky and good. Thomas, far out, but directing traffic. Boyd driving baseline, goes one-on-one with Berry, blocked away.
And there we go, the first one. Mamadou Berry's blocked on Boyd. Boyd's been going up for those shots and making most of them. Mamadou Berry with the start.
And an adventurous alley-oop pass there from Brock Long. Berry a little bit late, cutting on the baseline. Those two couldn't connect. And DeSmet will come back with it. Ian Thomas. Now Ridge Janes. Janes wide open on the outside. He'll drive in. He doesn't mind absorbing some contact, but can't finish. Brock Long now. Duke caught up in the air, but finds Sulzer for three. It's good. And we have a tie ball game.
Sulzer getting his first points of the game is a big one, tying up the game 39-39. Still a lot more time to go. He needs to cash up some more points. I'm excited to see Sulzer on the court more and a lot more shots from him. He is a really good shooter, really good form.
A 7-0 run to open up the third quarter. And Sulzer called for the foul.
Looks like Vianney was looking for that carry. He couldn't find it. But it is what it is. Vianney's got to work with it, and they're really good at bouncing off of those bad calls and working with what they got.
James over to Falk. Floater off the mark. Here's Long in transition. Karsten for three. And the shooter is red hot. He gets the shooter's roll. And Vianney forces a DeSmet timeout.
What a way to come back. It had that unlucky bounce, but it turned into a really lucky roll there for Ben Karsten. Ends up cashing it for his 18th point, if I'm not mistaken.
We will keep it here for the short timeout. Vianney back on top, 42-39. Now an 11-0 run to start this off. Ben Karsten feeling good. 19 points, actually, to be his total so far. You were right all over. You were all over it, man.
Close enough.
Hey, Price is Right rules. You would be on stage with Drew Carey. Go ahead.
Vianney's defense falling back into that 2-3. Trying to keep them on that three-point, trying not to get them down low.
Here is Will Falk. Janes on the inside, one-on-one with Barry. Can't finish. And Karsten comes away with it. DeSmet still without a bucket. Duke now. Loses the handle. Ball on the floor. Taken away by Falk. Here's Butler. Blocked by Barry, but a foul called.
Very impressive block there by Mamadou Barry. Absolutely smashing Braden Butler on that layup. He'll go over to the free throw line. A little battered.
Mamadou Barry making Braden Butler earn them at the stripe. Hasn't taken a lot of free throws this season. A 63% free throw shooter, and he misses the first. One more coming. The junior off the mark. And the Spartans can't knock the lid off the basket.
Still scoreless in this second half for DeSmet. Really got to get something going here if they want to come out on top.
Chase Duke with a nice give and go from Brock Long back to Duke, and that is a nice 1-2 punch play for the Griffins. Jordan Boyd, the hot hand of the first half, could not convert. Vianney up 44-39. Long now with confidence to the rack. Tip in, Mamadou Barry.
Mamadou Barry's on the boards, ready for that rebound off the shot. He was ready for that one. It looked like it might have fell, but he still went up for it just in case, and it paid off.
Here are the Spartans back on the inside. Boyd, open three from the corner. Too strong, Barry with the board. Vianney on a 15-0 run to open up the third quarter. Chase Duke now. And Brock Long back to Duke. He drives hard, but can't finish, and Thomas boards it. Can Ian Thomas be the guy to get the scoring started? A turnover by DeSmet. Boyd's pass too strong, intended for Ronkin. And Vianney is feeling very confident right now.
I mean, I would too. You're up by 7, 15-0 run. That left them scoreless. so far in this game.
Nick Harper checking back in for the Spartans. On the floor, you have Harper, Dolan, Thomas, Falk, and Boyd. A guard lineup for DeSmet. Brock Long driving with it, turns it over as he was looking for Ben Karsten. All the starters except for Omar Long out for the Griffins. Jay Sulzer, first man off the bench, is in, taking that spot right now. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Vianney leads 46-39. Jordan Boyd, back to Thomas, and back to Boyd. 3 Spartans moving on the right side and a clear out. That opens up Dolan for 3. And he couldn't be the one to do it either. Now Sulzer will respond. Can't do it himself. And we have a foul down low as Mamadou Berry was caught tied up on the inside with Ian Thomas.
Definitely unfortunate there for DeSmet off that big rebound they had. They had the whole court wide open. Ian Thomas just got Mamadou Berry a little bit tangled up with him. Cost them the foul and the turnover.
Duke in the paint. He will kick it back out to set things back up. Long now. Driving himself. Trying to make a move. Good D there by Falk. Stops him in his tracks. But Long will fire anyway from downtown. Can't convert. Pushing the basketball is Harper to Falk. 2 minutes remaining. 6 scoreless minutes for DeSmet. Far side now, Harper. Backing up one man and kicking it back out. Falk now. Looking to create. Steps back out. Thinks about a 3. Creates some more space for himself. And there it is. DeSmet on the board here in the third.
Definitely a little late into the third here for them to be getting their first point of the half. But, comes off strong off of that step back 2-point.
It's best to have your best player get the scoring started for you when your team is feeling down. And now a turnover. Driving all the way in. A foul called on Karsten in transition. Nick Harper to the free throw line. Nick Harper's first is up and good. I know we talked about it already, and it's kind of been the story today, but if you look back at the first time these two teams met, the second half definitely got away from DeSmet, and Vianney started running away with it late. Kind of a similar story here in the third. We'll see if DeSmet can apply the brakes. 46-42, a minute to play now here in the third quarter. Duke driving hard through contact, up and good.
Duke really knows how to put that shot up even in traffic with that contact there off of Boyd. He just knows how to play the ball off the board, knows how much power he should add behind it off the contact. He plays it off really well, and it ends with him getting that basket.
Falk from downtown. Not enough mustard on that one, but a good offensive rebound there by Bobby Dolan. Second chance opportunity. Falk once again, too short. Alligator armed that one. Brock Long, one-on-one with Thomas. He's caught. And Duke now. Jump pass out to Karsten, and that one kind of pinballed off of the face of the senior. Out of bounds, and DeSmet will take it back.
Definitely unfortunate for Ben Karsten there. It didn't look like he was paying much attention. He didn't think he was getting that ball, especially from the position he was in with the defender's back towards him, and he was trying to break free of the defender. He didn't see it coming, and it resulted in a turnover. And DeSmet having this momentum right now, trying to get one more point on the board before third period ends.
We are under 10 seconds now in the third. Boyd, near side, 3 off the mark. 3 seconds now, takeaway down low, but Duke gets it back. Nick Harper almost stole 2 points for his team. But instead, we are through 3, and it's 48-42 Griffins. Just like that, they were trailing, and they went on one heck of a run there in the third quarter. We will take a short break. When we come back, the start of the fourth here on GTV. And we are back for the start of the fourth quarter here at St. John Vianney High School. The Griffins hold a 6-point lead over the Spartans. And what a third quarter that was for Vianney.
Definitely the start they wanted to that second half. Going up 15-0 run against DeSmet. Only letting them have 3 points in the whole third period. Vianney hoping they can apply the same pressure they did in the third period. And DeSmet wanting to get that lead back, trying to get their lead back up to where it once was. Well, they got to start cleaning up their offense and their defense.
Only 8 minutes until we figure out the winner of this MCC matchup. Both of these teams only with 1 loss this season. Vianney's only loss coming against Chaminade. And a timeout before the clock even starts here in the fourth quarter as DeSmet could not get the ball inbound.
Vianney realized they need to play a little bit more defensive than offense, trying to stop DeSmet from scoring, making defense their number 1 priority in the game, and they're doing a great job with it, making DeSmet call a timeout before the game clock even reached 7 minutes, 59 seconds. Really impressive to start that fourth quarter, fourth period. Just keep applying that pressure, and that's how you're going to win for Vianney. DeSmet got to get through their defense.
The Griffins right now playing with something to prove. I know a lot of people out there think that this team might be a fluke, especially after losing Luke Walsh last season. Some might say that the record is inflated, but Vianney proving that they have just as much talent as anyone else that steps on the hardwood. Will Falk to start it off here in the fourth quarter. Dolan will reset. Now go inside himself. Boyd, 1-on-1. And cannot finish. A nice drop step move to create some space against the big 7-footer. And now a drop step by Brock Long could not go. And a whistle on Mamadou Berry.
Those offensive fouls are killing Vianney right now. Not really many. But if they start developing the habit of playing a lot more aggressive on the boards, some are going to be called, some aren't. They got to learn to take control of that aggressiveness on the board so they limit the number of fouls they have on offense and defense.
DeSmet really in need of their 2 top scorers getting hot here in the fourth quarter. One of them with the basketball now. Thomas. Kick out, Harper 3, rolls over the top of the backboard, out of bounds, back to Vianney.
Nick Harper had that open 3-point he was waiting for, and he sat there for a second waiting on that shot. He couldn't cash it. It would have been a big jump for DeSmet if he would have cashed it, but, you just got to bounce off of that and play hard the rest of the game. And that's what DeSmet's plan is.
Will Falk called for that foul. And Brock Long will take it up 1-on-1. Throws it away. 2-on-1 now for DeSmet. Falk will slow it down. And he falls to the floor with it, and a timeout called by DeSmet.
Very smart timeout there by DeSmet, trying to keep that ball back in their possession. But already 2 timeouts down with 6 minutes, 52 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Not the smartest decision. You're going to need those timeouts for later on during the game. But you can see where he's coming from with this, trying to keep the possession so they can get more points on the board.
Sometimes you have to take them in your moments of need, and that was a big moment of need for DeSmet. So you get the ball back on the offensive side, only trailing by 2 possessions, 6 points. Both teams have kind of been a little fast-paced here in the opening minute of the fourth. We'll see if each decide to slow it down, especially Vianney now that they're on top.
Vianney needs to learn to slow down their offense. Their defense is fine the way it is. They're stopping a lot of the shots, only letting them have 3 points in this half so far. Vianney's offense needs to take a chill pill. They're really pushing those shots, and they really just need to relax here and take those great shots like Coach Walsh said. They need to capitalize and wait for those shots to be open for them and not force the open shot.
Playing like a total team right now, though, is Vianney here in the second half. Jordan Boyd still with 22 points. He has the rock on the right side. Thomas now driving in, one-on-one. Barry knocks it away. Loose ball, Chase Duke. And he'll slow it up on the left wing. Duke backs up. Harper kicks it out to Reeves. And that's stolen away. Ian Thomas, easy 2 as Karsten elects not to contest. And he gets it back now, and he'll pull up 1 dribble 3, good! Ben Karsten is red hot. 22 points now for the senior.
That's a way to bounce back there after that easy 2-point Vianney gave up. Come back with that 3-point, contested 3-point to be more exact.
And Will Falk gets back involved. 5-point game as a skip pass is stolen away by Thomas. In transition, Falk again, and a timeout called by the Griffins. That is how quickly momentum can change here in MCC play with 2 teams that love to run the floor. Maybe 20 seconds came off the clock, and DeSmet makes this a 1-possession game.
Vianney doing the opposite of what Coach Walsh needs right now. Taking the great shots. They're not taking the good shots. They're really trying to force an open shot, which they just really need to let naturally happen, and which it will happen eventually. They just got to wear down that defense. That's what they're trying to do, but doing it kind of the wrong way that Coach Walsh is aiming for, trying to ease into that good shot to cash it. Instead of throwing up a shot, that's going to be a little bit harder to make.
As we look ahead at the next 5 games for both teams, Vianney set up to play 3 MCC opponents in CBC first on January 23rd, and then Chaminade and SLU after the Painted Pink game against Hazelwood West on January 30th. So make sure you come out and support Hope Lodge that night. I believe shirts are still available too, and we can post on social media to let you know how to take part and buy a t-shirt yourself. Brock Long and Mamadou Berry just standing alone down there for that 2 points. 53-48, 5 minutes to play. Falk, pull-up jumper. Berry with the rebound, and a foul called down low.
And that is what Vianney needs right now to get that momentum back. Get that foul, get that time to rest for a little second, and get back into the action. Keep trying to get those baskets, but doing it more of an efficient manner and not forcing it.
Ian Thomas needs to be careful. He now has 4 fouls. Brock Long gets a defender to fall. That was Will Falk. He'll just pull up right inside the free throw line. Too strong, boarded by Boyd. Thomas driving hard. One-on-one blocked by Barry. And a bailout foul call there. That might have been one of the cleanest blocks I've seen tonight.
I mean, and the crowd is really letting the refs hear that they screwed up on that. That was a really, really clean. I think they were looking down at the feet and might have hit like his legs might have hit him, tripped him up a little bit while in the air. But that was all ball.
Thomas, though, will bury his first free throw. And Mamadou Berry will check out. So a smaller lineup out there on the floor for the Griffins, a smaller lineup out there for the Spartans. And the second one falls.
Brock Long really pulling back like he wants to slow down this game because they know they're rushing it. They want to pull back. They had the lead. There's 4 minutes left. You need to start wasting that clock down. The clock is on your side right now. You have that 6th man going, and you need to use that.
Brock Long, top of the key. Checking in on the far side, too. I should add his freshman Lucas Laramie. He has the ball now. And Duke in the far corner. He pulls it back out. Vianney playing very safe, and Karsten goes inside. Laramie blocked from behind. Last touched by the Griffins. DeSmet basketball.
It looked like it was touched off of Ben Karsten's looked to be chest or shoulder, resulting in the DeSmet ball. Really unfortunate there. He was trying to get out of the way, but there was a person behind him. He didn't want to get called for that foul, so we really just let it take. He just took it.
A great time for DeSmet to even up this game. Far side, Falk inside the three-point line, so a long 2 makes it a 1-point game. And Long lost his dribble. Karsten. Now Duke. And a foul called up top on Braden Butler. So the third team foul for DeSmet. Still need to get to 5 to get to double bonus territory. Brock Long will restart things. He has 14. Correction, 6. Chase Duke is the one with 14 on the board. He has the ball now. And Duke can't finish. Got his own board and had it knocked out of bounds by Thomas. So a baseline play for the Griffins.
The Griffins get that little breather they need, taking no time to throw that ball in because nobody was set up for DeSmet. And Vianney will get the ball back on the baseline.
That last touched by Will Falk. And Mamadou Berry will check back in for Lucas Laramie.
Berry needs to be a little bit more cautious for that 4 fouls on the board. 3 minutes. He still needs to play aggressive, but he needs to relax a little bit.
Play a little bit more contained on the inside as this pass is knocked away by DeSmet. Last touch there by Braden Butler. The Spartans just can't catch a break as the ball just keeps rolling away from them. 53-52, just over 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. Long looking for Karsten and finds him. Now back to Brock Long on the left wing. He drives near side baseline, jump stop inside. Mamadou Berry left hand off the mark. Rebounded by Brock Long and setting everything back up. Chase Duke. Now he'll drive hard through contact. Up with the right hand and good.
Chase Duke knows how to take the paint to himself and put the ball into the hoop when it matters most, especially right now. Not seeing a lot of scoring points from him recently, but he knows how to bounce back.
Falk had to adjust his shot there and go high off the glass. Could not finish over the big 7-footer. Vianney back up 3 with the basketball. Brock Long to his brother. It's good! The biggest 3 of the night for Omar Long.
And guess who's back? Omar Long off the injury, starting off strong with the first 3-pointer since his injury, coming off with his first points of the game.
Will Falk now from downtown. And a nice response there from the junior who averages 15 a game. He is now at 17 on the night. We'll stay right here as a timeout is called with just over 2 minutes to play. We looked at the next 5 for Vianney. Let's look at the next 5 for DeSmet. A game against Chicago Kenwood, Kankakee, Rolla, Lyle Benet Academy, and SLU. I can tell you where one of those schools resides.
Maybe 2 if you think CHI is Chicago.
Yeah, you're probably right. We could probably narrow that one down geographically.
Definitely a little bit more, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, a lax schedule for DeSmet. Vianney having a lot of those MCC matchups, which are going to be good games to watch. And DeSmet, still a team to compete with. Never heard of some of these teams before. You never know how good they are.
More times than not, though, if you haven't heard about them, they must be pretty good.
Never know.
You go out and play some tournaments, especially teams from a different area. Those are games that you want on your schedule that can help you once the postseason begins. But a long way away from that, all that matters is the final 2 minutes here on the home floor at St. John Vianney High School, and the Griffins hold a 3-point lead.
Mamadou playing deep into the DeSmet territory over here, along the 3-point arc, trying to get that quick, easy, maybe alley-oop here is I think what he's going for.
And Brock Long pretty easily brings it up. Vianney will set up shop as this ball is knocked out of bounds off the hands of Will Falk. Expect a lot of ball movement here from the Griffins. Not a lot of shots are necessary.
Trying to use that 6-man, which is the clock, trying to waste as much time as possible. And if they do have that open shot, take it if it's a smart shot. But I don't think DeSmet's going to give them a lot of those quick, easy shots.
Still 2 fouls away from the double bonus. 1:33 on the clock. Chase Duke has it. And Coach Kevin Walsh is forced to call a timeout as his forward had no dribble and not a lot of options, but a reason you keep your timeouts in your pocket. Looks to be 2 remaining now for the Griffins. What a game this has been, though. It started off with Vianney leading at the end of the first quarter, 18-16, and then DeSmet went into the locker room up 39-31. All of a sudden, you knew that Vianney needed to provide some flair, some flash. Did so in the third quarter, went on a 17-3 run, led 48-42. And here we are in the fourth, 58-55. Could you have asked for a better game here between 2 MCC foes?
Especially with this being a rivalry game between the 2 schools. 58-55, Vianney leading. What a place to be on a Tuesday night.
And that's the funny thing, it's only Tuesday. You would think that this would be a Friday night basketball game. A matchup like this, I had numerous friends of mine texting me ahead of time. Heck of a matchup. They're at Vianney tonight, so the eyeballs are alive and well in the St. Louis area. Backdoor pass. Chase Duke goes up strong off the mark. Loose ball in the hands of Thomas, and a foul called on Ben Karsten.
Definitely not what they need. 1 minute, 17 seconds left to get that foul. They're not in foul trouble yet, but they do need to limit the fouls so they have more opportunities to get the shot off and play some lockdown defense here.
Adjusting the timeouts there on the score bug for those of you at home. Vianney with 2 remaining, DeSmet with 1. Boyd still unable to get the 3 working here in the second half, and a foul called on Jordan Boyd as they're just looking to stop time and conserve and preserve, I guess I should say, as much time as they can with just over a minute to play.
They're just one foul away from bonus, so I'd be careful of that while I was DeSmet. But also playing smart here. If they're really pushing up that offense or passing around, definitely get that foul off. But still try to conserve getting bonus here.
Here's Ben Karsten. Dangerous pass to Brock Long. Falk almost came away with that one. Now Long. Still out far beyond the basket, and this one's stolen away. And a whistle and timeout given to Vianney.
Definitely one of those lucky timeout calls. He barely calls it just in time. DeSmet not happy with that. But you know what? 36 seconds left. You would expect a timeout from either team here.
You made 50% of the people in this gym happy and 50% of them mad. Neither was really going to agree either way. It's a hard job to wear the black and white stripes. But for Vianney, a fortunate timeout indeed, as that ball was kind of bouncing around on the floor. Looked like it could have easily been a jump ball.
Pretty sure that was Omar Long's goal, just to try to stop the clock, try to keep possession of the ball, because I'm pretty sure they still had the arrow. But Kay Walsh came in, luckily to keep that possession secured, so they could run the clock down a bit more. DeSmet probably looking to foul here to stop the clock and try to get the ball back. It's going to be a tough one here for DeSmet, but it can easily be won back.
The horn sounds twice. Both teams back out on the floor. 36.1 seconds left in the ball game. 58-55 Vianney. Braden Butler guarding Chase Duke on the inbound. And Duke finds Karsten. Karsten up to Long, and he is fouled now by Nick Harper. So Brock Long will go to the free throw line.
Vianney's will quickly fall back here off the free throw line, so they have more of a defensive take here as Brock catches his first.
Brock Long, one of the best free throw shooters on this team. If you look at it from just the sheer volume standpoint, he's taken the most, and he averages 81% from the charity stripe. But this one, in and out. So a 4-point game with 25 seconds remaining. Dolan at the free throw line. Boyd now driving in, hard with the left. Bounce pass inside. Thomas can't finish at the rim. Taken away by Duke. 13 seconds on the clock, and he is fouled by Dolan in the front court. And Vianney can taste victory.
And Vianney letting them hear it. Reminding them this is not their home court. And there's Chase Duke's first. Extending the lead to a 2-point possession lead. Vianney with the upper hand here with 11 seconds left in the game.
One more. Still only makes it a 2-possession basketball game. A 6-point lead for the Griffins. 11.7 seconds left. Here's Thomas. He finds Boyd, open three, near side, back iron, boarded by Barry, and that will do it. The time will tick, and Vianney will take another one away from DeSmet. The second time this year they've gotten the better of the Spartans. 61-55 here at Vianney.
What a game to watch. Been close the whole way through. A lot of fouls called, a lot of defense, a lot of good plays, dunks even. A lot of alley-oops up. A lot of passes, really good plays made by either team. And overall, what a place to be on a Tuesday night.
And Vianney, for you, if you are a Vianney fan, if you are a player on this team, this one meant a lot. They came into this matchup feeling like everyone out there thought they were a fluke, that they weren't tough, that they weren't as talented, that they aren't as together. But they believed that it was a false narrative and not even close to the truth. The reality showed tonight they can play with anyone. They proved that to a lot of fans here in the St. Louis area and especially in the MCC. Proving it was a point of emphasis, and they did so here tonight.
Definitely a high-scoring game. Really offensive rooted tonight. Chase Duke with a lot of points. Brock Long with a lot of points. Ben Carson with a lot of points. And then Boyd coming out and carrying a lot of DeSmet's points here, pushing this game to a high-scoring game, really entertaining.
Leading scorers on both sides of the floor were the two top guards for DeSmet, Will Falk and Jordan Boyd. Jordan Boyd being the lone scorer in the 20-point range for the Spartans. As for the Griffins, Ben Karsten, he was the hot hand. It was raining threes here in the Fieldhouse at one point in time. Ben Karsten, the senior, doing everything he could to give his team a 61-55 win. Final thoughts, Landon Berkey.
Really high contested game here. A lot of emotions going into the game, and it really showed on the court from how physical this game was between the two teams. Going up for shots that really shouldn't be shot in this game, especially in the paint with some of the shortest players for DeSmet, going up against Vianney's tallest and cashing them in. Overall, really well-fought game for both teams. Vianney just played a little bit better, and they had a lot more clean defense and offense, and DeSmet was just falling apart towards the end.
Well, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season. Vianney at some point will have to go play at DeSmet. That one will be a game to look forward to, as Vianney now 16-1 in overall play. They have 2 wins over the Spartans, and the 2 losses coming for DeSmet makes them 14-2, but still in second place here in the MCC. Don't forget, if you are looking to check out the Griffins next, they are on the road this Friday at CBC and are back when they take on Hazelwood West for Paint It Pink Night. Make sure to get those T-shirts in support of Hope Lodge and help raise some money for breast cancer. A fun night here at St. John Vianney High School, a 61-55 win for your Griffins. For Landon Berkey, I'm Andrew Rogers signing off, saying so long, and we'll see you next time on GTV.